So this is a short pre-run practice to warm and mobilise the body before you head out for your run. We're going to work with some core and ankle stability to support your running technique and help you to find Sthiram Sukham Asanam within your run. That means steady, comfortable seat. So that's something we want both when we're running and when we're on the mat. As always, we're going to be linking movement with breath so that the practice becomes a moving meditation. The golden rule is listen to your body, don't push or force, and if something doesn't feel good, then back off. So let's get started. I'm going to stand at the top of the mat, take the hands to the hips and tilt the pelvis all the way forwards, all the way back, and then find the centre point between those two extremes. So we've got a neutral pelvis. Make sure the pelvis is back over the ankles. Lift the toes, spread them, and set them back down again, so we're activating the arches. Release the hands by the sides, shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Lightly draw up through the pelvic floor, lightly drawing the lower belly. And let's begin with some sun salutations. So coming to the top of the mat, exhale fully. Inhale, reach for the sky, look to the hands. Exhale, soft knees, hinging from the hips, bending down, taking the hands to the shins or to the mat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, the back of the neck is long. Exhale, place the hands on the mat, step the left foot back, come to the knee, flatten the toenails off. Inhale, sweep both arms up, look to the thumbs if the neck's comfortable, otherwise keep looking straight ahead. As you exhale, lunge a little deeper, sink the hips a little lower, feeling that stretch across the hip flexor. Inhale, reach through the fingertips, shoulders plug down into their sockets. And then exhale, take the hands either side of the front foot, tuck the toes and lift the knee. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, lower down via the knees, then belly, then chest. Toenails to the mat, forehead to the mat. Inhale, peel up to cobra. Let's just hover the hands away from the mat for a moment to make sure that the lift is coming from the upper back muscles. Place the hands down, exhale. Inhale, come up to all fours. Tuck the toes, take the bottom back towards the heels, and as you exhale, lift the hips. Lift the knees away from the mat, coming into downward dog. So let's pedal through the feet, extending one heel at a time towards the mat, warming up the hamstrings, and then extend both heels towards the mat. It's fine to keep a little bend in the knees, keep any pressure out of the lower back. You're looking back towards the knees. The shoulders are away from the ears. Keep spinning the triceps towards the outer edges of the mat so the shoulders are broad. And then as you inhale, you're going to look to the hands, step the left foot forward and drop to the right knee. Toenails to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sink the hips a little lower. Smooth, steady breaths. Inhale, reach for the fingertips. Exhale, plant the hands. Tuck the toes, lift the knee, and inhale, step up. Offering the chest forward, and then exhale, fold. Soft knees. Inhale, engage the back muscles, and come all the way up, touching the hands together. Exhale, hands by the side, Samasthiti. Once more, inhale up, exhale, fold. Soft knees, then start to lift the hips, making sure we keep the belly in contact with the thighs. Inhale, lift and lengthen, offer the chest forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back this time, drop to the right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sink the hips, lunging a little deeper. Make sure that you're rolling onto the bottom of the quadricep rather than putting any pressure on the kneecap. Reaching through the fingertips, inhaling And then exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, knees, belly, chest to the mat. Untuck the toes, forehead to the mat. Inhale, peel up to cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, all fours, tuck toes. Bottom back towards the heels. Exhale, lift the hips, knees bent at first, then extend the heels into downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here. Sway the hips from side to side if that feels good. Back of the neck long, shoulders lifted away from the ears. Lifting the sit bones to the sky. And then inhale, look to the hands, step the right foot forward. Come to the back knee, the left knee. Untuck the toes, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, lunging deeply. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Keep lightly drawing up through the pelvic floor. Make sure you're not sagging into the lower back. And then exhale, place the hands. Tuck the toes, lift the knee. Inhale, step up, offer the chest forward. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, engage your back muscles. And come all the way up. Look to the hands. Exhale, palms by the sides. So let's take the hands to the hips. Feet hip distance apart once again. And finding that neutral pelvis. Then release the hands by the sides. We're going to work with some toe raises to strengthen the ankles and strengthen the arches of the feet. So as you inhale, you're going to start to sweep the arms up. Keep looking straight ahead and come up onto the tiptoes. As you exhale, lower back down. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. So in your own breath, let's take 6 more. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Very simple, but actually quite tricky little movement. Three more. And release. Take the hands to the hips again. Shift the weight into your left foot, place a little bend in the left knee. And then cross the right ankle above the left knee. This may be plenty. If you're already feeling stretch across the back of the right buttock, you're going to stay here. If you want to start to work a little deeper, you're going to start to bend the standing leg. So find a gaze point in front of you, something that's not going to move. And start to bend into that standing leg, working as far as is appropriate for you. If you're not feeling much yet and you want to work deeper, now you're going to start to hinge forward from the hips. So taking the gaze towards the floor, so the back of the neck is long, so you're looking a metre or 2 in front of you. Keep sinking into that standing leg. And breathe smooth and even. Make sure that you're not starting to sag into the lower back. Keep lengthening through the tailbone. This is standing pigeon. One more breath here. And then slowly start to straighten the standing leg. Bring the torso upright. Inhale. And release. Give the hips a little circle, a little hula. So we're working with the ball and socket joint of the hips, stimulating the synovial fluid, keeping everything nice and oiled up. And let's take it to the other side. So shift the weight into the right foot and cross the left ankle above the right knee. Foot flexed. This is plenty staying here, or if you're going to work deeper, you start to bend that standing leg, working deeper still, hinging forward from the hips. Taking it as far as is appropriate for you, keeping the breath smooth and even, and not expecting both sides to be the same. We're not symmetrical, so honour whichever side you're working with. One more breath here, and an inhale slowly brings you up. Exhale, release. Again, let's just take a few circles. And keeping the hands on the hips, keeping the feet hip distance apart. You're going to inhale, stand really tall, reaching through the crown of the head, spine long. Little bend in the knees. Exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips, laying the lower belly and the lower ribs along the thighs. Keep the hands on the hips. Keep drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other. And then you can start to straighten the legs if you want to work deeper. But working only as far as we can keep the lower belly in contact with the thighs. So we're not rounding the lower back. Let the head hang and be heavy. Smooth, even breathing. And inhale, lift halfway. Release the hands, exhale, take them to the mat. And we're going to step back to plank. Making sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Now this is intense on the wrists, or you're starting to sag into the lower back. You're going to drop to the knees and flatten the toenails off. If it's fine, you're going to stay with the knees lifted. You're going to push firmly back into the heels. Keep drawing the shoulder blades together. Imagine you have a corset on so that the pubic bone and the lower ribs are drawing towards each other. So we're keeping that core strong and engaged. Gazing at a point about a foot in front of the hands. We're going to take 5 more breaths here. Coming down to the knees anytime you need to. But don't let your mind get in the way. And now exhale, lower to the knees, toenails to the mat. Take the hips back onto the heels, couple of breaths here in child's pose. Take the forehead to the mat. And inhale, peel up. And swing the legs around in front. Come down onto your back. Bend the knees, feet flat on the mat, hip distance apart. You want to just about be able to tickle the backs of the heels with the fingertips. Lightly press the back of the head into the mat, so the chin's slightly lifted, so we're preserving the natural curve of the neck. And then on an inhale, we're going to press into the feet and hands, tilt the pelvis up, and then lift the hips away from the mat, keeping the head very still while we're up here, gazing up at the ceiling, up at the sky. And exhale, lower. So we're going to move in and out of bridge a few times before we come into a hold. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to hold if you're comfortable, otherwise you can just keep moving in and out of the posture. And if you want to work deeper, you can interlace the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together and lift the hips a little higher, but keep the neck nice and still, whichever option you're taking. Breath smooth and even. If you've interlaced the hands, release them, palms to the mat, and exhale, lower the hips. Take the arms out wide, palms facing up, toe heel of feet together, soles of the feet come together, let the knees fall out to the sides. So our final posture before you go out for your run, just opening up the hips, Supta Baddha Konasana, reclining bound angle. And tune into the natural rhythm of your breath. through the nose. Noticing if the inhale and exhale are equal or if they're of different lengths. And counting in your head, see if you can bring them to equal length. So maybe breathing in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 4. Maybe shorter, maybe longer. Whatever is right for you. Spending just a few more breaths here, breathing evenly. And then let's bring the knees together. Hug the knees into the chest. A little roll around on the back, give yourself a little massage. And then in your own time, rolling over to one side. And bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Enjoy your run. Namaste.